session.
All
To
right.
use this device for Bluetooth audio, change your source to Bluetooth audio in the media menu.
I'm trying to vlog here, car. Can you be quiet for a second? Okay, so I've got my Bluetooth synced up to the car, which is good. This is normally my wife's car, so her phone's usually hooked up to it. A little bit of a tear of goodbye. This is probably the biggest stretch of time that we haven't seen each other. I think it's going to be about 10 days or so. And in 13 years of marriage? That's a pretty long time. So, yeah, a little emotional just about leaving California. But we've definitely crammed in everything that we love about California. Got to Golden Road, which is a brewery, awesome place. Had a great time there last night. And have been eating at our favorite local restaurants and doing all that stuff. But it's time to go. Just kind of ready. So this is it. Car's started. We're hitting the road. Let's see where it leads. Hey everyone. Just thought it was a good time to fire up the camera. I've been driving for about 2.5 hours or so. Maybe longer than that. I'm already up at about 250 miles. I am right in between California and Nevada. I think I'll be coming up on the state line within the next 20 or 30 minutes. I just passed through a place called Searchlight. Reminded me to kick on the camera and just check in with you. I also have to say, it's a beautiful day out here, and I've done the drive between Los Angeles and Las Vegas many times, but it was a bit different for me this time. It's, in the low 60s. A lot of the plant life out here right now is green. Just take a quick look out the window there. And it's really beautiful, and it definitely made me think a bit about Kenny Veach, especially, it's a case that I covered recently, but just watching his videos about how much he loved being out in the desert and being on his own really resonated with me while I was driving through the desert this time, and I really never appreciated it like that before. So just wanted to share that with you guys. That's another interesting side effect of doing these cases where you're looking into people, looking into their lives, looking into the things that they love, and some of that rubs off on you, and occasionally you learn something. It's really beautiful out here right now, and I can see why Kenny loved spending time out here doing that stuff. So yeah, it looks like State Line is coming up. That's actually it off in the distance. It's really nice to be out of the Los Angeles drive grind. I basically left during rush hour, everyone trying to get to work in the morning. So the traffic was a bit hectic, and it's been really nice to be out here on the 15 and just being able to turn on cruise control and let the radio run and just knock the miles down one by one. Do have to stop and get some lunch pretty soon. I'll see if there's something interesting I can film for you guys while I stop there. And I checked this morning before I started this trip, and I was only 7 people away from a very big personal landmark on my YouTube channel, 10,000 subscribers. So I have a feeling that's going to happen at some point today while I'm on the road. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film a quick video and post it for you guys, but just in case I don't, or even if I did, just let me say it again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are really a huge part of my life. It's been interesting leaving California and thinking about everything that I'm leaving behind, and it just doesn't feel like I'm leaving anything behind because I know all of you are coming with me, and it's a real interesting, special feeling that I've never really had before, to know that, the most important people in my life, of course my wife, of course the cats that we love, are all coming along, but also all of you are coming along on this trip with me and this new adventure and this new, significantly different chapter in my life. So I really, really appreciate it. It's awesome that all you guys are out there. So I will check in on you again very soon. Viva Las Vegas. And are we gonna see it? I don't know if we're gonna be able to see it from here. Oh, there's a Luxor. Get you guys a decent view. There's Excalibur. A whole bunch of new places I haven't checked out yet. There's Monte Carlo, there's New York, New York. Is that the last In-N-Out burger that I'm gonna see? I might try to stop and get one more In-N-Out burger if I can find another place along the way. We got Aria, Bellagio. I love Las Vegas. I've had a bunch of great times in Las Vegas. Of course, it is Cirque's town. Seems like Cirque du Soleil owns this place in terms of advertising. Speaking of. And I just want to see, I think coming up here we're going to get a shot of what I wanted to show you guys. Penn and Teller at the Rio. No, that's not it. There it is. That big, tall Space Needle looking thing. That is the Stratosphere. And not a lot of people know this, but up in the top of that there are wedding chapels, and that is indeed where I married my wife Vera. Little Lord and Arch trivia for you. John got married in Las Vegas. This doesn't look like LA. Now driving through Arizona, I've never really seen mountain structures like this, and especially with the road blasted through them, but really awesome to see all this beautiful rock in here. My first time being in Arizona. Look at all the different colors on that range up ahead. Very, very pretty country. I honestly didn't even know this was here. I've always imagined that Arizona was a bit like a California desert, and it's definitely not the case. There's a lot more terrain and mountains out here than I was expecting. Very, very cool. Well, everyone, I made it to the first stop. I am in Richfield, Utah. Sorry, it took me a while to remember. It's kind of weird when you're traveling across such a great distance and you have all these stops. I mean, my brain is just kind of jelly at this point after the drive, but I've been in 4 states today. Started in California, went through Nevada, hit a little bit of Arizona, and now I'm in Utah. And I'm sorry I couldn't get a lot of footage of me coming into Utah, which was pretty epic. There is some really beautiful mountain ranges. There was this one part where it looked like I was driving right into a mountain, and they had just blasted this whole section out for the freeway or the highway to go through. It was really, really awesome. And then coming up to mountains where they were snow-capped, very, very scenic, but unfortunately the weather was not great. There was a couple of pretty serious rain showers going on, so I didn't feel too good grabbing the camera. Got to keep myself safe. But other than that, I am in the hotel room, ready to rest, recharge, and do it all again tomorrow and see some more of the state. But it's so cool. I mean, to go from California, which has its own look, has its own flavor. Of course, you see it pop up in movies and television all the time. So most people have a good sense of what the LA area kind of looks like. But to go through a relatively flat basin of a desert, then you get into Arizona and you start seeing some awesome, awesome mountains, lots of interesting colors in the rock formations and all the plant life. And then you get to Utah where it's like all of a sudden you're up against the mountains and they are just epically beautiful. It's amazing to me, all the the different types of land that this country has. And quite honestly, it's also amazing to me how open that land is. Through most of this drive, I have not been in areas that seem like they're highly occupied. There's a lot of space left to occupy here in America. But all that being said, feel pretty good about the first day. This is definitely the longest I've ever driven all in one day by myself. And there was this weird kind of tempo I fell into. It got really, really easy, especially as I was getting out of the more metropolitan areas. And once I got through Vegas, the traffic was just so loose and easy that it was literally just turn on cruise control, listen to your favorite Sirius XM channel, and just go. And it was cool. I never had any issues with feeling like I was going to fall asleep or, my eyes getting heavy, nothing like that. So worked out really, really well. So let's see how this thing continues. I will check in with all of you guys again tomorrow. And just to verify, I did get a tweet from a brain scratcher today. I have hit the 10,000 mark for the GeekendorX channel. Whew. Thank you so much, all of you. Another goal. Now let's see where we can take it. How big can we make this thing? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Now cruising through Colorado. I did run into a little bit of snow. Oh, look at that river. Isn't that awesome? Run into a little bit of snow this morning. And supposedly where I'm heading to, it's supposed to be snowing today. So I haven't driven in snow too much, but we'll see how it goes. Apparently I've driven to Hoth. Pretty crazy driving in the snow. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put the camera down. Oh, looks like today I'm going to learn how to de-ice the car for the first time. Good morning, everyone. I'm on day 3. Whoa, zoom out. Why are you guys getting so close? Back up a little bit. Day 3 of the trip. Just woke up, ready to hit the road. Today I'm heading to Nebraska. And apparently I'm going to be dealing with a lot of rainy weather on the way there. But quite honestly, I'll be happy once I kind of get out of these mountains and am out of the snow, because I'm still a little nervous driving in snow, but I know that'll get easier as I spend more time doing it. But yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to de-ice the car. I don't have a windshield scraper, which I think is required for something like that. I think I'm going to have to bust out the good old forearm and just try to scrape all that stuff off. It's pretty light and fluffy. I already went over and kind of took a handful, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. But we'll see. Just waiting for the front office to open. They don't open till 7:30. Lazy. They offer a continental breakfast, but it doesn't start until 7:30, so I got to wait a little longer before I get my breakfast and head out of here. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. Hopefully I'll be able to get a little more footage than I did yesterday. It was really tough because of all the snow driving. Coming through Vail was very crazy. It got hectic for like 10 minutes where the snow was just falling really hard, really fast. The road was turning into this big white ice sheet. I couldn't tell where the lanes were anymore, but I don't think I'll be facing anything like that today, hopefully. Fingers crossed. All right, so I'll check you out in a little bit. Holy crap. And I thought I was on Hoth before. Check this out, folks. I'm somewhere in between Colorado and Nebraska. I'm not really sure. But it has looked like this for probably about 90 minutes or so. And from what I hear, I don't know if it's going to change very much. Just very flat, open land, nice open highway. Another thing I haven't really talked about too much is I've been surprised at some of the speed limits. It was awesome driving through Utah and being able to go 80 most of the way there. When you have these lanes are nice and wide and pretty much dead straight, going 80 feels really good, especially when it's legal. But out here it looks like the speed limit's been 75, which is totally fine. It's moving along at a good clip. And I'm trying to get to my last hotel stop. Then I have a little more of a drive tomorrow, and finally we'll be at the new home, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm kind of getting itchy to get all this stuff unloaded. I don't think I've told you guys, but basically anything that I thought was particularly valuable or important is in the car with me, which includes my PC for making all my videos, and my television that you guys know so well from the Brain Scratch series, or monitor, whatever it is. So I'm feeling pretty good that everything's been packed well, but I'm really looking forward to getting it unpacked and getting it out of the car and moved into the new home. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure I'll shoot some footage for you guys about that process also, especially because I think I'm going to have to set up my computer on the ground at first, because there's not going to be any furniture there. So it's going to be kind of interesting, but we'll work through it. Alright, so I'm back, and if you can just imagine the footage I showed you earlier with all the snow, and then this, but stretch it out for 8 hours, that is essentially what driving through Nebraska has been for me. It is very flat and not a whole lot to look at out here. Very different from the first 1,000 miles of the drive. I'm now coming up on 1,600 miles of what I think will be close to about 2,000 total. Really looking forward to getting to the hotel. Third day of driving is definitely wearing on me a little bit. I just want to go lay down and chill out for a little, maybe watch some bad TV or something. But I still have probably 5 or 6 hours tomorrow, and then I'll finally be at the new home. Ooh, look at all that beautiful rain. I don't know what it is about these hotel lights, but they're always so yellow. I'm not sick. I don't have jaundice. Hey everyone, it is actually the morning of my final day of driving. I got into my room last night and I just passed out. I was just so tired. Yesterday was the longest stretch in terms of driving. But I am rested, recharged, and ready to head to the new home. Well, I made it. I am at the new home. I have to say, after driving through 7 different states, that Minnesota is, I'm even starting to say Minnesota. Minnesota is absolutely beautiful. Colorado was very pretty, and it was really cool for me because I really don't get a lot of opportunity to visit the snow. I really enjoyed that part of the stop. However, once I got to the Minnesota border, everything's just so lush and green. I mean, springtime is popping here. You can get a little hint of it. There is the new backyard. Look at that tree, isn't that beautiful? Here is my new temporary studio. This is just until the furniture shows up, when I can move downstairs into a bit of a bigger room that's going to be my studio. But here is where I'm making all these videos for you lovely people. And as you can see, I have no furniture. I don't even have a chair. But it is very important to me that I keep making content for you guys, because you guys have given me such wonderful support, especially over the past year in particular. I am stoked to say we are at 10,000 subscribers. That is amazing, and it's still growing. I've also just been contacted by a German radio show that wants to interview me for Lisa Lamb. They say they're on the #1 station in Germany, so if you are living in Germany, keep an ear out for that. There should be more news about that coming as I get some more details, but I'm going to do my best to continue to create content for you guys. This week is going to be a little weird. Of course, you're now watching the traveling show, or I don't even know what I'm going to title it yet. And this is in place of a Brain Scratch Searchlight. On Friday, we are going to have something that's brain scratchy, but it's more of a road trip, which I don't know if you've been able to tell where it is from this video or not. If you're very clever, you might have figured it out. I'm here, Hotel Estes, Colorado. So where am I going to for this big mystery brain scratch episode? That's right,
The Stanley Hotel. The same hotel that ghost picture came out of that I talked about on Johnny Vlogs just a few weeks ago. I'm going to go back to the Stanley and see if I could figure out, is that picture legit, or is there some reasonable explanation for what's going on in that photo? But you guys are going to have to wait a couple more days to see what happened, because this episode is over. But you don't have to wait long. Brain Scratch, Friday. Stanley Hotel, me, you. Don't miss it. I hope you've enjoyed the road trip video. We will get back to our do-gooder work next week with the Brain Scratch Searchlight. Have an awesome week, and I'll catch you next time on the GeekendorX channel.